Disney! It's not enough that they own Star Wars and Marvel Studios, but they want to make movies about all their attractions. Attractions that we love, that we go to. But this one is not really based on an attraction. It's based on an actual fucking section of Disneyland! What's happening, my film nerds? David the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Tomorrowland! And of course, Tomorrowland stars Mr. George Clooney, Britt Robertson, and this little girl who just kind of came out of nowhere. Her name is Rafe Cassidy. And it's directed by Brad Bird. If you know who Brad Bird is, he's actually a pretty phenomenal director. He's directed such classic animated movies as The Incredibles, Ratatouille, and then he jumped out of the animation game and directed Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and that movie was amazing. He also passed on Star Wars. What the fuck? Tomorrowland, of course, if you guys have been to Disneyland, there's a section of Disneyland that they made a long time ago that's called Tomorrowland, and it was kind of like the 50s, 60s version of the future, you know, where everything was like flying cars, flying this, flying that. Everything has little points and little fins on it. But what was great about the marketing of this movie is you really did not know anything about this movie going in. You just knew about this pin that this girl got, and every time she touched it, she was like, ah! You know, and she was out in the middle of nowhere, and there's in the distance these beautiful structures. And then she had to find George Clooney and be like, why does this happen? Usually when I touch my fun button, it's a different sensation. What the fuck? I don't even know. So I'm going to try not to give any spoilers away. So basically what the story is yes, she finds this button. She is fairly intelligent. She's one of those, I guess you could say, child prodigy. Yes, she knows what she's doing. She finds the button. Every time she touches it, she goes to this magical place, and she just really wants to find this place. So then certain events lead her to George Clooney and this little girl, and then they're going to just basically try to find Tomorrowland, and there's another event that's happening that they must prevent, and there it is. So what did I think of Tomorrowland? You know what? I actually really enjoyed this movie. The visuals, and that's what Brad Bird does very well behind the camera, is create this visual, just stunning. He's got a canvas, and he just, vibrant colors, and just a lot of action, and everything is coming at your face, and it's great. His vision of the future is great too, between the weapons and the technology and some of the other stuff, and then how it ties into like some of the founding fathers stuff, like some of the bright minds of the past. It's just pretty great how it all just kind of intertwines together, and then you see some of the technologies. It's just a lot of fun. The performances, George Clooney, he's George Clooney, and he does very well. He's not that suave like, yeah, you know, George Clooney, I talk and I look like a bobblehead. No, he's actually like, you know, his older, smart dude. So he's kind of grumpy and, you know, he George Clooney's it. Britt Robertson, pretty much the whole movie is on her shoulders because she's like the main, I guess you say the main star, and she does very well. I hadn't really seen her before. I know she was in like The Longest Ride, The Last Ride, The Loveliest Ride. I don't know. She took a ride on Scott Eastwood. But she did well. But like I said, this little girl that, whatever her name is, Rafe Cassidy, she was probably like, whoa. Little girl, you're going places. And there's a great message in Tomorrowland. There really is. And you probably have heard this a lot. A lot of people have been saying it too, even before I saw it. And there is a great message. I'm not going to reveal that. Humans, we suck. Where the movie kind of failed for me a little bit was, at first it was like, sometimes the jokes ran a little dry for me, but I gotta understand I'm not looking for like always as sharp, like, This is a PG movie, it's a family movie, which I would recommend if you have a family. Take your kids, take your wife, take everybody, take your grandma, take your great-grandma. Maybe not that, but they'll enjoy it. Sometimes the humor fell flat for me, but then all of a sudden it got better, and I was like, oh, okay. So I was chuckling, and I liked the chemistry between George Clooney and Britt Robertson. It was they did very well together. The adventure, the building of the adventure and the story was really great. Brad Bird did a great job building up this adventure because essentially they're trying to find Tomorrowland. They're not really in it so much, but they're trying to get there. So it's a great adventure story. It kind of just reminded me of just like old adventure stories. It really had that feel, which I really enjoyed. But towards the third act, it was just kind of like winding down and what they really had to do to solve everything, and it was just kind of like, oh, alright. So it wasn't fully satisfying like some of the earlier scenes and earlier acts where everything was like, okay, it's building up to something great. Oh. Alright, so like I said, I really enjoyed Tomorrowland. I think you guys will too if you like sci-fi movies. You like to see a brighter future, not an apocalyptic future. You want to see a brighter future, go watch Tomorrowland, take the kids. I recommend it, but does it belong on the wall of favorite movies of 2015? I'm gonna pass on that. Yeah, you know, I was like thinking, man, does it? But then it was like, when I started really thinking about what I didn't enjoy about it. I was like, nah, it's just, these movies up here, I just enjoyed thoroughly, like from beginning to end, with minor, mundane shits in it. So let me know if you saw Tomorrowland down below in the balls there, and let me know what you thought about it. And also hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Subscribe to my other channel too. It is down there. Visit filmjunkie.com for all my videos, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. All right, guys, I am Dave, the Film Junkie, and this has been a film review of Tomorrowland. Tomorrow. 3-day weekend. That's good. Yeah. I don't even know why that just came to me right now. I swear. Sometimes I don't know what this brain... It's just firing on all cylinders sometimes. Anyways, I want a jetpack. Yeah, I do. Anyways, bye.